again, and today I'm showing you the challenge pieces that I made for the Southern Gals 5x7 challenge. So if you're not familiar with that, it's an Instagram challenge and on my Facebook page where you create for 7 days, 5 minutes a day, 5x7, any substrate, any creative elements that you wanted to do, and you just use the hashtag we all cheered each other on. Well, today I'm going to show you those pages. Now, I will tell you that two of my videos disappeared. Just disappeared. Just who knows where they went. But here I'm showing you the first page, and I'm using these fun, super cool stencils by Housewares on Etsy. I'll link it below so you can check out their fun stencils. I love the circles and the stripes through it. I thought it gave a very good start to the page. And I'm going in here with some gesso, some wild scribbly marks. When you only have 5 minutes, you have to dry and move at the same time, okay? So it is a challenge. The purpose of this challenge is to allow yourself the freedom to explore, to create, to not leave the stress of all of the thinking that I know some of you guys do all the time, to leave the thinking to the wayside and just let your muse take hold and move and jive and dance and scribble and be wild and free without care of what the actual outcome really turns out to be. And as you see, I'm collaging papers down here with the Oohoo glue stick. Those are some of the leftover bits that I had from the Creative Flow with Erin, and it had some dye in it, so you see that it kind of moved and kind of mingled around. And then now I'm drying and I'm going in here with the High Flow purple with the brayer, just making it messy and moving as quick as I can to hopefully be able to get some words onto the page. And I had these fun rub-ons that I had gotten that I thought, well, I'm just going to try see if I can get the rub-on to work. I really wish hindsight, what they say is 2020, right? So I wish that I could have actually moved that down a little bit, but you just got to roll with it. It's not much you can do. You just go with it. And so this is me finishing up, putting some dots, doing a little bit more brayering, and I'm about to run out of time here. And I just wanted to go in. I'm just using every little second that I had, and boom, 5 minutes is up. That's the page of the day. Now let's start fresh with another fresh page, and I'm going in here with just a little bit of, I think that one is gesso, and I'm going in with just a green watercolor pencil. Why? Because it was close by, and when you got 5 minutes, you can't be looking for things, okay? And I'm going in here with a Molotow, I think that's a Molotow, yeah, paint marker, because it was close by and it was easy, and you kind of have to be careful not to put a ton of paint on, and I'm frenzying around there, and gonna grab my pink, neon pink ink, because when in doubt, grab the pink, right? And I'm going in here and just making some messy kind of movement with my hands, and I'm going in with water, and you only have 5 minutes, so I can't spend a ton of time letting it dry, so I had to blot it up a little bit, and then I'm going to draw it with my craft. I'm going to dry it with my heat tool, and I'm still kind of playing with the idea, because you only have 5 minutes. You got to draw with one hand, scribble with the other, put gesso on. You got to let all of your extremity parts move in order to get this page worked out in 5 minutes. And trust me, you don't have time to think about what you're doing. You're just going. I broke out in a sweat at some point in one of these days. So I'm looking here to see how many minutes do I have? Do I have enough time? What can I grab that's close by? And I'm going to grab just a little extra little thing that I had that had a little sewing on it. And at first I tinkered with the idea, and then I thought, no, I really like the black stitches that were on this, so I'm going to glue it down really quick. This probably turned out to be one of my top pages that I ended up liking the best, because remember, it's not about liking it or loving it. It's about exploration. It's about the fact that if you have 5 minutes, You've got time to create art. How many times do we allow ourselves to make the excuse, oh, I don't have time, I don't have time? Yes, you do have time. And now I'm just going to stick that on with a Oohoo glue stick and pray that it stays because my time is up. 13 seconds. So I'm going to just add a few little marks and call it a day. That's it for this day. And if you want to see more about each page, you are welcome to go back and check me out on Instagram and on my Facebook page. I will link those so you can go out and check it out. So here I'm going in with a page that I had just used painted papers, and I wanted to see if I could do a face in 5 minutes. Yes, a face in 5 minutes. I saw a bunch of girls out there doing faces in 5 minutes, and I was like, well, let me just try. That's all I can do, right? So I'm going in here with my Stabilo All in super loose face, right? Because I like raw, imperfect faces and lines. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm making some cheeks with the little circles. And adding a little shading here, I'm going to take a wet paintbrush and just kind of get that flow moving. If you got a chance to get the magazine Somerset Studios, I was on the cover in May, June 2018. I did some messy faces, and I did them with Stabilo and water. And so this is kind of a fun way to get loose and have a little fun. And then in her hairpiece there, I just wrote the words trust. And I'm going back in and just darkening the lines ever so lightly, adding her an earring or two because I do love wild earrings. And adding just a little bit of shading. And I did not like how her nose was looking. So I'm going to dry it because it had gotten a little bit too wet. And I'm going to go in here with just a little blending stump and a little bit of charcoal to see if I can salvage the nose in the amount of time that I have. And just adding a little bit of shading with my blending stump here in the charcoal. And I really like how she turned out. I think she looks awesome. And she has character and a very raw looseness to her that I really like. And so I'm keeping my eye on the watch there because it's going to let me know any minute that it's done. But I was very impressed that I was able to do a face in 5 minutes. And I've got just 2 seconds left. So I'm using every bit of time that I have just to add 2. And that's going to be a wrap for today. All right, here we go again for another 5 minutes. This is going to be the last one, I believe, that I actually filmed. Oh, I'm doing a little jive to get myself loose and ready to go. I'm going to use some under paper. That's under paper, not underpants, people. And I'm just kind of playing around here to see what marks. And if you have under paper or like jelly prints or something like that, it's a great way to start that off. And actually, no, I have one more page after this that I actually filmed. I'm going in with those scribbles, then coming back with gesso and a palette knife. That allows you to kind of mold and bring all of the collage papers in together. And remember, because we only have 5 minutes, we have to dry and kind of gather our next moves at the same time. No room to just be snoozing. I'm going in directly with some nickel azo gold here and a little bit of water just to get a little bit of movement onto the page. Grabbing this quinacridone magenta Liquitex ink. I love this color. It's so delicious. And I need to pull a little bit of it up because you can't really have super wet medium. So I'm going in here with some cardstock that I had laying about. Grab my masking tape. This day I actually found the masking tape because most days I couldn't even find it. It's amazing. Like one day I dropped it. And then I'm just going to go in here with this needlepoint circle. And I'm using a little Payne's Gray to get some contrast going with the page, and moved out of frame just a little bit, but I'm trying to let that dry so that I can add a little something else if I have time. I thought that it got a little heavy in some areas, so I went back with the palette knife and the gesso, and I'm going to then add a little remnant that I had of some craft paper with my Uhu glue stick. I already have my sentiment because I'm really running close to the clock. Gonna pop a staple in it, glue it down, make some marks around it, and I believe time is just about to run out. Yep, that's it. Alright, on to the very last page, and this was day 7 of the challenge. I wanted to write some thoughts down, and I'm writing about how it's just been overwhelming, all the love that I've got. Several ladies have made YouTube videos. People are sharing their work in this challenge that have not shared their work before. It just really, really was a humbling moment to bring a community of people together that love art and really just inspire one another. So I think the hashtag ended up getting about 700 posts in just a week. So it really was a moment where I just wanted to stop and do a little journaling about that, and that's how I kind of activated the energy that I call on the page. And I'm going in here, as you saw, with some collage bits that I had. I grabbed, because this is hidden journaling, right? So I don't really care that anyone ever sees the journaling. You won't be able to, because I actually hid it, which is one of the things that I like to do. If you want to share your emotions and you're not someone who wants or cares about anyone being able to read it, then it's fine. But most of the time for me, I just like to push it into the background and allow for it to be there. I know it's there, but no one else has to know it. So as you saw, I'm just adding paper and paint and scribbles, and I'm going to let it dry. And out of the corner of my eye, you saw that little remnant that I had of the butterfly. I wanted to add that because I felt like so many people in this challenge really spread their wings, opened themselves up, and so that's kind of what this is about. Opening your heart, your soul, allowing other people to come in and enjoy your work. I did get off frame here, sorry about that, but I'm letting that dry. I went in with the Lyra graphite and just kind of flicked it around to make it messy, because you know I like messy. And I'm going to go in here and just glue this little remnant of a butterflies that I had cut out and had on my desk. And I'm going to add Heart and Soul, a Tim Holtz little word in the middle, and that's going to be it for today. Guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you want to know more about the challenge, make sure you go check me out on Instagram. I would love to have y'all play in our next one. Until next time, toodaloo.